أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من برنامجكم الوطني رواد الأعمال. كما عودناكم في كل حلقة أن نستضيف نخبة من رجال الأعمال المتميزة. We have today a special guest. We have the owner and the managing director of Liberté Holdings, Mr. Nicholas Paillart. We'd like to welcome you with us. It's really an honor to meet you today here in Dubai.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
I would like you to introduce yourself for us, introduce Liberté Holdings for us and also for all those who are watching us through our channel.
Excellent. So my name is Nicholas Paillart. I'm both the shareholder and managing director of Liberté Holdings. Liberté Holdings is a DIFC-based company. We started as a family office, but are presently transitioning to become Liberté Capital as we open our services to managing other people's funds. This is a process. We switch from DIFC to DFSA, which is the regulatory authority within DFSA. The idea behind Liberté Holdings comes from the name Liberté. Liberté in France means freedom, and it's one of the big words of the French Republic: liberté, equality, fraternity. And what we want to do with Liberté is to give people the possibility to invest into new ventures, into disruptive technologies, into infrastructure, and into real estate in markets where they might not usually do it. So the transition from Liberté Holdings to Liberté Capital, which is not done yet, so for regulatory reasons I need to tell you that, we are in the transition process, we are waiting for the approval by the DFSA, will allow fractional investment on blockchain technology by tokenizing real estate and infrastructure assets. This, in view of possible recessions or downturns which we might be seeing in 2023 or 2024, will allow a lower level of investment to be possible into larger assets. It's always easier to find 1,000 people with $1,000 than to find one person with $10 million.
Yes, for sure. So tell us more about the services that you provide, services, products, whatever you provide here in Liberté. Tell us about it.
So Liberté Holdings is a platform of various investments. We will have a tokenized platform where people will be able to buy tokens into different asset classes. These asset classes will either be disruptive technologies, pharmaceutical, real estate, or infrastructure. And by buying these tokens, you can buy into a bond or a share of these funds. These tokens are interchangeable on the internal marketplace of Liberté Holdings. For regulatory reasons, we cannot have an openly traded token. There is anti-money laundering rules which apply. The KYC is necessary, of course.
So with all this competition that we have here in the UAE, in all business field, in all industries, you need to have something special and different than other competitors, let's say. What makes Liberté Holdings special and different than other competitors that are here around us in the market?
Indeed, DIFC is a very competitive place. And the advantage of competitive places is they make you think and they make you innovate and make you grow. And this is why we set up here, to be in such a center of energy. What's competitive about Liberté Holdings is that it's a 3-generational company. My grandfather, who's 95, still runs the Paris office. My father assists him between Singapore and Paris, and I run the Dubai office over here. What's interesting with generations is that they have a different insight on things. And while my grandfather will be a lot more conservative on investments and a lot more regional or national in his outtake, my father became more international in his career as an international banker. And I came even more international, having grown up as an expatriate child everywhere across the world. So you get 3 different inputs on how to invest money, 3 different levels of risk, 3 different approaches as to how these asset classes can be best managed based on your appetite.
So from all this experience that you have in investing and in investments in general, give us an advice from your side to those who are willing to invest their money and time here in Dubai.
My advice is very simple. There are few countries in the world where you have the regulatory and legal infrastructure that can pretty much guarantee your investment. Switzerland comes to mind, Singapore comes to mind, and the UAE comes to mind. Why? Because you have a stable government. You have a government which works with the interest of its people. Very much like Singapore, the UAE is run as a corporation, as a company, with the interest, the security, and the financial well-being of the people at mind. You are not going to get political instability. You are not going to get economic volatility, because the economic basis of the country is sound and the leadership is sound, ensuring that you have a growth story. I mean, where we are sitting did not exist 20 years ago, and this country did not exist 50 years ago. And yet, when you look at it, we've got infrastructure beyond what anyone could hope for.
So tell us your goal and your plan for the coming years. Of course, the goal of Liberty Holdings, and also your personal goal here as an owner and as a managing director also of the company.
So one of our goals for 2023 is to be the first company in the DIFC to have a blockchain-operated tokenization platform for real estate and infrastructure. We're very proud for being the first one. This has been a long process, approximately 18 months in the doing. The due diligence processes are very stringent in the DIFC, but it also creates a certification for the company. And what I see when we travel abroad, and if you see on the bottom of our card, we very proudly put a DIFC regulated company, people recognize the letters DIFC. When you go to Zurich, you go to Frankfurt, you go to Paris, you go to New York. And this is where Dubai has really managed to create a name for itself, is that people realize, you're in the DIFC, it means you're a serious company. It means you've invested the time, the effort to do the due diligence, to do the KYC, to do the AML, and people will invest with you. We hope that this trust will allow us to grow this tokenization platform and to expand our offices and our offerings into Eastern Europe, which is a very promising market as well, and Southeast Asia, where we already have a good presence.
Of course, we hope all the best for you and also for Liberty Holdings. Safety and security in this country is really amazing. How can this affect you as a business owner? How can it also affect the market itself?
Safety and security are one of the reasons why we are here. In 20 years ago, setting up for the Middle East and the African market, there are very few countries where an expatriate from the West would come and bring his family, would be willing to have his wife and daughter walking around in the streets in safety. Coming from France, I can tell you, I would not have my daughter walking around in the streets after 10 p.m. But in Dubai, you can walk around dressed however you want at any time of day, and that safety is there. And that safety is reflected in our personal life, where I can sleep at night. We don't lock our cars, we don't lock the doors of our apartments, because we know nothing's going to happen. There are very few countries where you don't lock your car and you don't lock your apartments. In France, if you don't lock your car, you don't have a car anymore. And it's very recomforting to know that. And I think the business acumen that people have also comes from that level of safety. Because if you're not worried about personal safety, you can focus on other things. And that safety also translates as to how you can run your business. We have a system of a law that works over here. We have a system of courts that works over here. In fact, the DIFC have their own courts, which are based on international law, allowing you to do arbitrage at an international level. So I think the safety and security is one of the greatest success stories of the UAE.
Yes, for sure. Also, would like to give a word of thanks from our team and from our channel to all the leaders and the rulers of the UAE. And we'd like also to have a word from Mr. Nicholas and also from Liberty Holdings.
At Liberty Holdings, we are very proud to be sitting in the United Arab Emirates and to be part of the growth and success story. We would like to thank His Highness Mohammed bin Zayed, Mohammed bin Rashid, Prince Faza, and all of the rulers and advisory councils which have helped make the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, the successes they are today. Our success depends on your success. And each one of us is very, very proud to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you also for your time today, Mr. Nicholas. Before we end our interview, I would like you to tell us how can we reach and contact Liberty Holdings.
So Liberty Holdings has a website. It's liberté-holdings.com. We are also very happy to welcome you at any time in our offices here in the DIFC. We're in the Gate Village 2, level 401. Just above Roberto's restaurant, so you can stop by and have a wonderful pizza, free advertisement for Roberto's, which provide us some very nice and healthy lunches every day.
Of course, my dear viewers, all the contacting numbers and the details will be shown on the screen. Thank you again, Mr. Nicholas.
Thank you very much for your time.
an amazing interview, and I'm sure also that all our audience also agrees with me that this is one of the most entertainment, let's say, because you are speaking from your heart. So it was really nice to meet you today here in Dubai. My dear viewers, we now end our interview with our special guest. You can watch us each Friday and Saturday on your channel ABC خليجية TV channel. دمتم بخير وفي أمان الله.